having sex with all these women while you're married, stay to your commitment. People have this fascination because brothers ain't supposed to be homosexual. That's not masculine to be homosexual. So you just got to keep it real. And if you're going to preach honesty, preach it across the board.
Kevin, why do down low men keep it on the down low?
Let me explain this to you and get out your notepads. It's going to go kind of fast. Okay, the reason is this. One, when the brother goes and tells Shamika that he's on the down low, she goes up to the barber shop, his job, and all his friends to blow him up like an army grenade. When the brother goes and when the white boy goes and tells Betty, when John goes and tells Betty he's gay, she says, oh, we'll try to work through this and try to see what we can do it just a phase. So until our sisters stop blowing our brothers up and saying, hey, you got a problem, dude, but you know what? I ain't going to deal with you. What else is he going to run back and go along? But you're still back in the closet.
My question for the pastor.
The pastor's in the closet.
It's the same thing that Doug is asking, but I guess it's in a different way.
Yeah.
If it's so known now, and it's so accepted now, why be down low?
I don't think it is accepted. I think there's still a lot of resistance in the black community against homosexuality, and probably rightfully so. We still have problems. We're just trying to fill our way through just talking about sex in general. You know, my mom's generation, they didn't talk about sex. As Kevin did say, you know, we are getting more open. We're growing up now. We get more mature, so we can have discussions like this in the open. But, you know, just the fact that we came home and talked about sex, homosexuality is still one of those taboo subjects. I don't think that it's going to be a while before we get to that point.
You're openly gay now. Have you always been openly gay?
No, I was confused at one point. I thought I wanted to be married. I thought I wanted to have some kids. I still want to have some kids, but you know what? Right now, it's not in the plan.
That's the perfect answer. What was coming out like for you?
You know what it was coming out like? It was probably liberating because of the fact I didn't have to lie anymore. I didn't have to be somebody I wasn't. The thing is, I'm a cool gay dude because I don't hit on everybody. And that's the myth they have about brothers that, oh, we always want every man. We don't want every man. We want what we want. We don't want to have every man in the world. A lot of people don't turn us on. 98% don't turn us on.
Did your family accept you?
Yeah, because my family's very educated and understood, and they still love you. They didn't have any, oh, we don't want you anymore. You're ostracized out of the family. My family didn't. They embraced it. They said, hey, we still love you. My mother said, you know what? I don't love you less 5 seconds ago before you told me.
Was it a situation with you, Kevin, where probably your family knew that you were gay from a young age and they never just acknowledged it?
Puppy outed me.
Puppy outed
My daddy outed me, yes.
Break it down.
I was going on Making the Band, and they had set up this little segment, and they had said, well, say you're gay to get on Making the Band. I said, Puff, I'm gay. And next thing I know, I'm on every commercial on MTV, VH1, whatever. So I had to come correct with them that day because the suspicion was already there.
How about you, Doc? Have you ever been hidden gay, or you always been open with it?
Well, you know, I don't really buy into the in the closet, out of the closet thing. I don't think we'd be having this conversation about down low if we thought that, you know, bisexuality can actually exist by itself. It doesn't have to be like when someone sleeps with a man, he's automatically gay. It's not that one extreme 100% or all or nothing. But for me, it was just kind of a continuum. And I think growing up, you know you have an attraction to other men, but you're being told all the time that it's wrong. Yeah, that it's wrong, or that naturally you're supposed to be with women. So you kind of go through those fumblings, and then after a while, when you actually sit down with a man, it feels right. And you say, you know what, this is what feels right to me. It may not feel right to everybody, but it feels right to me, and that's all that counts. So I had to go with that.
Dale, what about you in the reverse? You were gay and decided, you know what, this ain't for me no more. How was that for you?
Well, I could say the same thing when I call myself coming out. I felt the same way. I felt liberated. You know, the first time that I was able to get away from my upbringing, which was very strict, very religious, and you know, I was ready to be done with all of that. And I accepted who I felt that I was. And I mean, that was for a long time. So 11 years that I self-identified as a gay man. And I didn't have a problem with that.
It hasn't. Do you think that it's hard for gay men to come out?
It depends on their surroundings, their circumstances. In some places, you know, there's already avenues for them, and they already feel as if, you know, when they do tell about their lives that, you know, they'll be accepted. In some cases, no, it doesn't have for some people.
But Doc, why are you still hiding behind the Bible?
Well, you know, first of all, I'm a pastor, so I'm not hiding behind the Bible.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
I'm not hiding behind the Bible.
It's me and him that you have.
No, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. No,
you're not hiding behind.
No, I'm not trying to convince you of anything.
Do you think that you had?
What I'm simply stating is the reality of my life.
That's enough questions for you, Kevin. For everybody up here, is it harder for black men than it might be for white men to talk about this? Or
well, I think Kevin talked about that a little bit as far as the difference between telling a white family your white wife and a black wife.
the whole thing about it is the fact that once again, you all go back to the white girl, black girl syndrome, but what happens is that once again, we will never allow our brothers to be who they want to be. Just like, let me ask you a question, and it's a little bit off the subject. Say like we like Beyonce, right? Mm-hmm. Now, have you ever caught yourself doing that little bounce? Well, you know that little bounce Beyonce did?
Don't dance on the set, please.
Not really.
Okay, but if you ever did that, not really. Not really. No. Not really. Does that mean you never did that little dance thing before, like a little second?
No.
Have you ever did that dance?
No.
You ever did that dance?
Get to the point, Kev.
I'm just saying, somebody did the Beyonce bounce.
It sounds like you, Kevin, because you was
I've did the bounce before.
Yeah, because you're gay.
But you gonna tell me now, one point, you ain't never got to like an Erykah Badu song and waved your head like, call Tyrone.
Get to the point.
That point I'm making is that one point or another, a little gay gonna seep out of all y'all.
And so you think it's gay to sing a female song?
No, but little gay gonna seep out of everybody.
It's called a hook in a song. It's called a jingle. We can't both talk at the same time. It's called a hook. It's called a jingle. It's called liking a song. It's called liking a singer that sings the song. If I catch myself singing Erykah Badu's song, it ain't got anything to do with me possibly being gay. I like the freaking song.
I got you putting on a turban late at night, just like Erykah Badu.
A turban?
I said a turban.
Well, we might have to cut these cameras off and keep on this up. Hey, we might have to cut these cameras off, man.
Doc,
what you gonna do? Because let me explain this to you real quick. You can't beat up a gay man. You know why? They say, oh, he's real tough. He beat up a gay man. But if a gay man beats you up, that don't look good.
You can't beat up a gay woman, and you can't beat me up, and you are a man.
At the beginning of
yeah, that's a win-win.
It's a win-win for me right there.
No, actually, it's a lose-lose if you kick a gay man's ass.
That's why. Because then he's real tough. Big football player beat up a gay boy. Bad.
What do gay men have to lose coming out, Doc?
I mean, I think you could probably ask DL as well, but I think if you look at somebody like Donnie McClurkin, I mean, what does he have to lose? A lot. He has to lose, like, you look at people like George Michael, that kind of stuff. But I want to get back to actually what we talked about with the difference of the races. I think that was the question that you asked.
Right.
But when you see the treatment, and you actually look at the way it's treated, like when a politician, a white politician, Ted Haggard, Senator Craig, Mark Foley, Governor McGreevey,
in the bathroom in the airport?
In the bathroom in the airport. All these dudes got up there, and then they went up against it. Governor McGreevey actually went on the Oprah show and sat there with his wife, and she asked him a whole parade of questions. When J.L. King got on there and talked about his book, all she talked about was HIV. If you listen closely to the discussion, when it comes to white men, they don't talk about condoms, they don't talk about sexual behavior, they don't talk about possible risk of transmission. The conversation is extremely different when it comes to black men. They just want to focus on the sexuality piece, the disease piece, because that's historically the way black men have been treated. So there's kind of a different vibe for it when you look at between white men and between black men in the media.
I tell you what, man, we're gonna get back in this a little bit more. I mean,
we need to get back, so don't say that.
We need some security out here. But yeah, it's a little bit more of this we got to get into.
She been doing you from the start when she had look like a duck, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it was a duck.
The acorn.